so I can have so much fun tearing you down. And after I've dragged you all through the mud, then I root for your comeback.
Definitely.
So the books will be out in about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure the book deals are being negotiated as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's. His, Cassie's, again, defense, the OJ. Everybody in OJ,
Yeah.
right? Marsha Clark write a book, the black lawyer write a book, the judge write a book, Shapiro write a book, Cochran write a book. Everybody get a book deal off the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Puff will do the book. Then the made-for-TV.
Yeah. Yes.
And there'll be a plethora of them.
Oh no, it's
From all the
Netflix
same-
will be full of them.
From all three angles.
Yep.
Defense, prosecutor, and Puff.
Yes. Yes.
Now, because the media is whores and doesn't care because it's America, he will get back on the circuit.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, right now, his agent is getting calls for who can get the first interview with him once he gets out of jail.
All day.
Because that's going to be fucking big, mega ratings.
All day. To play it all over again.
Dude, you got to know what America is.
You got to. It's like the scene. It's
in the end, this is about making money, man.
It's just like the scene from the film Air, when Matt Damon is telling young Michael Jordan what his future is going to be, and how they clip the parts of like his tragedies, his father, his triumphs, how they want to tear you down, and exactly what you just said.
Facts. That's how I go.
Yeah.
We hot.
We hot.
What's happening, family? It is your man, CRB Jr. here at the Motown Mafia Show, formerly known as the Motown Mafia Podcast. Of course, this is a Big Boss Filmworks production. To my left and his right is my man and my partner, Brother Lou Stevens. How you
Lou
feel, baby?
Stevens, man, yes,
Everything.
Show 80.
Show 80.
Yes, this is the one.
To quote the man we about to be talking about, can't stop, won't stop.
Because we don't know how to stop.
The quote the philosopher Brett Goodwin, R.I.P. and YBI. We won't stop till the casket dropped.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, everything's good, man. I just hit a milestone. Had a birthday yesterday.
Say happy birthday to all out there, the man who makes all this shit happen. Shout out to Big Lou.
Yes,
Another 365 rotations around
the sun. Yes, this was a very good birthday. Thanks to everybody who made it great.
Awesome sauce. So yeah, we did a shout out to Pops on his birthday, and just did a shout out to the big man on episode 79.
Yes.
If you guys didn't see that. And so we definitely should give a shout out salute to the man who is integral in keeping their legacy going, and that be you, bro. So,
Hey, thank you, sir. Thank you kindly.
it has been a pleasure.
Yes.
As you see, Brother Lou, I am wearing a shirt. So there's some context to this shirt. It is the iconic photo from the first Notorious Big Christopher Wallace, a.k.a.
Yes.
Biggie Small.
Yes.
Album, right?
Yes.
There's a tie-in. So I'm wearing this because we're about to talk about Mr. Sean Puffy P.Diddy Love Combs.
Right.
And his verdict.
Right.
Of course, this man and this album, probably as much as anything, is the foundation for what Mr. Combs will be able to build his empire off of, right?
No question.
Right?
No question.
So, I bought this shirt at the Smithsonian African American Museum in D.C.
Wow.
So those of you who have not been, when you get to D.C., I don't care if you're black, white, or green, you should go to the African American Museum in the Smithsonian. It is a wonder. It is something. They did it right for paying tribute as best as you can in one structure of our rich history here. But the fact that the man who at one time was seen as a gangster rapper and all of that, and many of the museum type crowd, as Tupac said, what he talking about, the Dolores Tuckers of the world. Well, I'm not saying Dolores Tucker was wrong, by the way. I'm just saying Well, now
For
Biggie,
context.
yeah,
though,
in
so,
context. But
yeah.
now Biggie shirts are sold there, right?
National
How
hero.
it's all become
Right.
so vanilla, right? Mm-hmm. So I have not heard it said enough, especially from content creators from our community.
Right.
But I would like to throw out a congratulations to Mr. Combs and to his family.
Yes.
I think it's good when people are found not guilty of things. When a jury of your peers say that, hey, the government's wrong. If he didn't do that.
Right. And I mean, there's just been. I mean, if we just speak statistically or just patterns, there's been a non-ending pattern of high-profile black rappers, actors, directors, just in this line of fire. If you got a couple of dollars, we're coming for you, basically.
I mean, I think if you go back, well, I told everybody back when Mr. Cosby was having his problems
Right.
that if our community didn't rally for him, and let's just say there is some secret society or cabal of rich, powerful people who are uncomfortable with black men when they reach a certain level. Let's just say that's true.
Right. Hypothetically,
Hypothetically,
Mr. Illuminati.
and I don't even want to put, I'm scared to blame Mr. Illuminati. Some of the people that you do know, though, Mr. Illuminati,
Right. There you go.
some of the people you know may have issues when black African American males reach a certain level and start flexing their success,
Right.
and maybe start getting involved in things that you deem are too serious for them to get involved in.
Yeah.
Mr. Cosby buying a television station
Right.
seemed to be right after he was trying to buy CBS. His problems were there. I mean, if we just want to go down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole, Michael Jackson's refusal to sell half of the publishing of Sony, in particular, which owned the Beatles, right?
Right.
Mr. Prince Roger Nelson's, and I'm not talking about his death. I'm talking about when all the allegations about him being a pedophile came out. That was right when he was being pressured to sell his publishing rights to the Beatles and all the
Right.
publishing.
Right. Mike.
And
yeah.
when Mike wouldn't do that, next thing you know, he went from America's #1 pop star to being accused
To Wacko Jacko.
to Wacko Jacko and almost again being incarcerated. But the damage was done
Yes.
to his reputation.
Yes.
Mr. Prince Roger Nelson, well, they just took his name. He couldn't even use his name Prince
No.
for 4 or 5 years. Like,
Yeah.
you giving us headaches. We own you.
Yeah.
You about to be the symbol or something or the artist known as, but you ain't
But
Prince.
what you ain't gonna be
is Prince.
is Prince.
Mr. Combs, right before his legal trouble started, was picking a fight with a company called Bellagio that he had a very successful relationship with via the Ciroc brand.
Yes.
They obviously had some fallings out. Innuendo, word on Wall Street is
Word on Wall Street.
Word on Wall Street is he was going to sue him for $2 billion.
Ah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a lot of money. I don't know, and I'm not trying to get Big Boss canceled. So all I'm gonna say is $2 billion is a lot of money.
Right.
I believe Bellagio is worth like $120 billion market cap, big publicly traded company, which means a lot of really rich people own stock in it. $2 billion is a lot of money. I'm just saying, some mean business people might say, pay the guy $2 billion, or we spend $50 million and ruin him, and send him away to jail. Math,
Right.
that math thing.
Yeah. Can't lie.
The math be mathing.
The math be mathing.
Okay, so anyway, Puff get in trouble. He go from getting the key to New York City. Next thing you know, he the king of baby oil, and lo and behold, unknowns to any of us, do you know that there are rich people who use drugs and have sex parties?
You don't say.
I'm trying to tell
Come
you.
on.
So
Man,
the
come
news-
on.
The news broke
Uh-huh.
that
That's such behavior
And
occurred.
you all seem shocked out there.
Right. Like, does this
That
really
that that
happen?
that the freak off was a new thing. Okay,
Right.
so fine. Somehow the freak off was now perceived by the authorities as being RICO
Right.
and sex trafficking.
Right.
Now I can only say, please don't judge me. In my prior life, I have found that if I'm passing out money and cocaine, not only do I not have to force people to stay, I will literally have to force them to leave.
To leave. Right.
Because as long as you're giving away money and cocaine, my experience has been people get real homey and cozy.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
just saying. But so and I'm just keeping, if that was true, that those kind of things were happening, then that person deserved to be punished. But there is a thing, to quote the title of one of my favorite artists, Mr. Sean Carter, Reasonable Doubt. We have a decent system when it works. 12 people of his peers, which the prosecution and defense agreed upon to try him. They listened for 8 weeks, over 50 witnesses. A jury of men, women, blacks and whites, straights and gays. A jury of his peers. And after listening to this, they said, if he is guilty of anything he's charged for, you guys say that if you pay for people to get flown in and you pay for the transportation of people for the purpose of having sex, that is some form of man act or white slavery or pimping. And if that's the definition of that, he did do that. And those are the 2 counts which Mr. Combs were found guilty on. But if you're saying that what he was doing was some kind of a criminal conspiracy, or that these people were doing this against their will, we're not going there. And we didn't listen to Cassie. We didn't listen to the Punisher. We've listened to all these people, and it sounds like a bunch of rich people fucking losing their mind, doing all types of grown-up shit.
That's what it sounds
That's
like.
what the jury of his peers came up with. So I'm just a little disturbed and disappointed that more people. So I want to give a shout out to a couple influencers with big platforms that I did hear say the same sentiment as what I'm saying, and that was Charleston White, Bootsy Badass. But beyond that, it's been
Crickets.
crazy quiet, man. And I'm just thinking about OJ in '95. For you guys who are a little too young to remember, there was a famous football player by the name of Orenthal James Simpson, better known as O.J. Simpson.
Yes.
However big and popular you think Puffy was, he was not what O.J. was at his peak. O.J. Simpson was truly the most beloved.
Oh, he was an
African-
icon.
Icon, right?
Yes.
So again, those my age will remember the case vividly. It was like the case of the 90s. O.J. Simpson was accused of killing his wife, girlfriend, and one of her colleagues in a vicious murder. I mean, and the press, there's still whole networks and TV shows. Nancy Grace and Greta Van Susteren. These people's careers started with the OJ case.
With the OJ case, absolutely, yes.
And it kind of what they call polarized. There was a big thing. White folks, because OJ's wife was white, and there was this story, this black man had killed this white woman. Black America, he had Johnny Cochran and some other high-profile lawyers. Well, he assembled his version of the dream team of lawyers, right? And it was a big to-do when the verdict finally came out. And OJ, I was in Harlem. It was in 1995. Yeah. So I have shop up on 125th Street. When that verdict came out, there was a unison cheer all through Harlem.
Yeah.
And if you went downtown to some of the more white neighborhoods, people were sad and frowning.
Yeah.
And if you were in Bed-Stuy or Harlem, people were literally celebrating because it was kind of a black man finally beat the system, or a black man finally got a fair trial. And it just still, our culture has changed a lot in the last 30 years.
And I do think, and stop me if I'm wrong, but I think media being social has a lot to do with that. A lot of a lot of people doing just about anything for clicks, or saying anything for clicks or likes or.
So are you suggesting then, sir, that Puff is acquitted isn't the same quick clickbait as Puff gets 1,000 years?
Well, as a content creator, I know when I have posted certain, let's say, posts that were a little bit sunnier, that the ticker would go under like maybe 100 people would watch.
Underperform.
It would underperform
I think
tremendously.
we're gonna get 150 out of this.
It'll just be 150, and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but
But you know what I'm saying.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like if that's, well, think about the news. Think about the
What
news.
leads? Blood, right?
When you when you watch the local news, I guarantee you, it's scarier than any Stephen King movie you've ever
Yeah,
watched.
blood does get headlines.
Blood gets headlines, and then towards the end they segue. But by the way,
We saved a puppy on
we
the
saved
lodge
the
free.
puppy, and there were, at the state fair, there were lambs. They actually had lambs, and the kid, look at the beautiful kid. That stuff gets buried to the
Very end of the show.
Right. Exactly.
But I thought again, but I guess maybe our communities just get so used to black men going to jail. We've gotten comfortable with our icons
Yes.
being
Like,
drugged through the court.
yeah, it's been such a pattern formed, and everybody's okay with it. You know, and when I say okay with it, more than okay, they jump on the bandwagon about, vilifying these people even more,
And
regardless to knowing any of the
Yeah,
facts or any of
and
that.
just to be a quick history nerd before we segue, this goes back a long way in American history. Marcus Garvey was indicted and deported. Paul Robeson, legal troubles, money taken away, threatened to be incarcerated. W.E.B. Du Bois, passport taken away, money taken away. Muhammad Ali, convicted draft dodger, refusing to go to court. I'm just saying. So on that, and I got a prediction though. I predicted within 3 years, Cassie's book will be out, and you guys let me know in the comment section what you think of my prediction. I think Cassie's book is going to come out. She's going to make another lick on the talk show
Yes.
hot circuits, because that's
Yes.
going to be a hot interview. People will pay to see it, whatever you think of the young lady or not. I think we've definitely made her big. She's bigger now than she ever was as a rapper or a singer,
Singer, right? Yeah.
and she's still kind of easy on the eye.
Still.
So
Yes.
she got a future. I mean, business is business, y'all.
Yes.
The prosecutors are going to write them a book, even though they underperformed it, but they got 2 convictions, and they're going to milk that, and they're going to make more money with their books on the Puffy case than they ever did as local prosecutors.
All day.
Puff's defense team, they're all going to write books.
Definitely.
Mr. Combs himself will write a book chronicling his own rise and then fall, and then the book will be a part of a Puff redemption tour.
Yeah.
And I predict that in 5 years, Mr. Combs, I would say that before his legal troubles, he was in the top 10 most influenced or influencers in pop black culture.
Okay.
I predict 5, 7 years at the max, he will again be back in the top 10 black influencers, based upon 2 facts that people should just not hate about. To question the man's marketing ability and his pulse on the culture. Hate the game, not the player. Puff know us and know how to sell. The man is still a relatively wealthy man, even though I'm sure this legal issue cost him a pretty penny and hit his net worth. But he is still a relatively wealthy man, which means he can hire the best public relations people in the world.
Okay. Hey, cut for a second. I see him too.
I think I got him.
All right.
I got him.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, if that was a clean cut, that's a show.
Okay.
We can.
Yeah.
We can. Well, we still could add in because
Yeah, you
need the
can do
purple gang.
the devil. Yeah.
We rolling.
You roll it.
All right. So great, exciting news. I'm not one to say things will happen that don't happen. Some things do take longer to happen, though, than you anticipate them taking. So,
Absolutely.
that said, anything I ever said we're going to do, I assure you one day it will get done. And things are better late than never. And yes, better never
But
late.
better never late.
But the first Big Boss or Filmworks original that is going to be available for viewing is a project that I know you're very proud of and have been running the point on,
Yes.
Mr. Stevens, which
Yes,
is
sir.
called
The devil is a lie.
The Devil is a Lie. Lou using a wide variety of our intellectual property, guys. I'm telling you, he's done some cutting edge, hot storytelling use of technology. And it's just, I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. The Devil is a Lie. It's going to be available on Vimeo. It's going to be available on our Patreon.
Patreon, yes.
And it deals with Eddie Jackson, his ascent, and a guy who was important in the very beginning of the Eddie Jackson origin story, Devil Jackson.
Yes, a bit of an enigmatic mystery because Mr. Devil, we did a post on him about maybe, 2-3 years ago?
So, yeah, if you guys go in our library,
Yes.
search Big Boss Filmworks, YouTube, Devil Jackson, it'll come up. Yeah, we did a show about Devil.
Yes, and I just found, just some of these back characters have definite lives that need to be brought to life. You know what I'm saying? And stories that deserve to be told. And this one was one in the bigger scheme of the Motown Mafia universe.
Right. And if you guys have seen our colleague Al Prophet's documentary Rollin', there's a DEA agent in there by the name of John Sutton.
Yes.
And I think and I bring it up because I think it's the only real clip that I really think, because Devil was a player in this town and around the country, but anyway, John Sutton, the DEA, talks about when he comes to Detroit in 1971,
right,
that he had 3 people that his bosses that sent him to Detroit to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
One was Henry Marzette,
yep,
the reigning godfather of Detroit at the time.
That's right.
The second was Devil Jackson.
Devil Jackson.
And a new guy had got on their radar by the name of Eddie Jackson. And Detective Sutton, Agent Sutton, talks about when he gets to Detroit, as fate would have it, Henry Marzette would die of natural causes.
That's right.
Devil Jackson would be found in a trunk.
That's right.
Which,
the
project is going to go into how that happened.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, right. Yeah. Well, it's out there.
It's out there.
And for people in this town, it's known.
Very much so, yes.
And Eddie Jackson was the new guy to see how's this guy moving up the ranks so quick. But with that, I wanted to give some context. So I think nationwide, I don't know how long, all of my life, and I'm old, Detroit has had a reputation of a violent town.
Yes.
And
when would you say that apex of our reputation started? What year was it?
I'm thinking 71.
Okay, and that.
So I think before that, Detroit, we're a bunch of down south people, South Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And, so that with that come a lot of that down south clannish pride and, it can happen up here. A good fight back in the day, a good knife fight, that could be just a part of
a bit of Thomas Sowell's black
rednecks, right? Without getting
rednecks.
too deep into culture.
Yes.
But so I think it always was there. But I think what happened when we got labeled, the national media started calling Detroit the murder capital.
Yes.
That came out in 71.
Okay.
And so where it ties into what we're talking about, and just so when you guys do view The Devil is a Lie on our Patreon or Vimeo channel, when you guys do go behind those walls to see this, to put it in some context. So in '71, in the Detroit underworld scene, a couple major things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy by Henry Marzette, who, by the way, we did a post on him.
Yeah, very close.
And Henry Marzette has been chronicled in a lot of true crime documentaries and content. So
Definitely.
Henry Marzette, like kind of the first godfather or kingpin of Detroit, he's still on top of the food chain. Henry Marzette has, and then also in '71. So Henry Marzette is still on top of the food chain. He's become sick. John Claxton, Eddie Jackson's first plug, has gone on the run,
Yes.
and Eddie is really starting to ascend. But Henry Marzette, before he passes, came up with an idea. So just for the crime historians and you guys, in '71, two major players that we know of or that we can document had an idea to cut the Italian mob out to deal when it came to the narcotics trafficking. Frank Matthews held a summit meeting in Atlanta in '71
Yeah.
where he summoned all the black kingpins and bosses to suggest that, hey, he can get the bag as good as the Italians and cheaper. Why don't we cut the Italians out? We don't need it. Frank Matthews' pitch fell on deaf ears.
Mm-hmm.
He continued to run his East Coast thing, but he was never really able to set up a commission or family structure.
Right on.
Well, Henry Marzette was on the same page. Henry Marzette and his West Side Seven, which was seven of the other biggest players on the west side of Detroit and their associates, he had a meeting with his people, and as the media would describe them, the East Side 12, I believe maybe it was the West Side, we'll get the exact notes, East Side 12, 7 and West Side 12, or West Side 12 and East Side 7.
Oh, yeah.
There was a summit meeting. Henry Marzette, who also had a direct plug out of Southeast Asia, who of course was a former cop, just for FYI, his street name was Blaze. They really do a bad job in BMF. No shade, love the show. But that character Blaze, the cop that you see in the BMF series, that's based off the Henry Marzette character.
Yes.
So Marzette pulls together the players from the east side, players from the west side, say, hey, I got the connect coming straight out of, I can get that China White straight out of Southeast Asia. We don't need the Italians. A lot of the players already had direct connections with the Italians. They wasn't trying to leave the Italians. Needless to say, the Italians weren't trying to leave, not trying to have their customer base go away.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Frank Matthews' meeting that just kind of everybody said agreed to disagree. Now I'm going to keep doing my own thing.
Right.
Well, here in Detroit, it led to a war.
Yeah.
And it was in that drug war that something crazy like 100 people got killed in '71. Now, these were all civilians. These were not little old ladies. I mean, there were no civilians getting killed. And that's what I wanted, just for historical context. So what gave us that murder capital title was all the murders that end up happening behind this drug war.
Mm-hmm. And there was a fact, yeah, exactly, like you just said, the fact that these were all this was all infighting.
This was all underworld.
All underworld.
This is all underworld
Right, exactly.
activities. But the news ate it up. It went national. Detroit had this murder spree. Then they started labeling us on CBS nightly news, Detroit's murder capital.
And you
and
had
the name stuck.
Then you had Detroit 9000.
Hollywood.
Right, exactly.
And
With
Hollywood
the media,
got on there.
put gas to the fire.
And we've been stuck with that name. So just to give a little historical perspective of where we got that reputation as the murder capital, which we are not any longer. But that's what solidified it. It wasn't that Detroiters were just shooting each other,
Right.
and you was walking down the street. But if you was in the game that year,
Yeah,
it was
it could
dicey.
happen.
It could happen.
It could happen.
And as it pertains to our story, and of course, so Devil Jackson, and that last year of his life is the year where all this
Exactly.
is going down.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so just so because there's a lot of history to a lot of this stuff. Marzette, Claxton, Eddie, Devil, all this is happening. That's where we get the reputation from. So when you guys see the Devil's Allowed, you have some. So any questions you got about that era, because we really want you guys to be able to enjoy this project when it comes out.
Absolutely.
And it really does help if you have some context of when that was happening. And of course, as fate would have it, when Mr. Marzette passes, R.I.P., Devil's demise, R.I.P., Claxton still on the run, and by the end of 1971, Detroit has a new boss. That as all this murder and mayhem is going on, Eddie the Fat Man Jackson is solidifying his crew and just taking care of business while all this murder and mayhem is going on. Him and his crew, he keeps away from all this craziness and violence.
That's right.
And while everybody else in the town is shooting at each other, he's stacking.
He getting that money.
You know, to quote the philosopher Jay-Z, right, when it comes to the big man, if it was better getting cheddar, it remains to be seen. So, yeah, look forward to that. So, again, and in the meantime, don't forget, Motown Mafia, the book, available on Amazon, on BigBossFilmWorks.com. Of course, led to the award-winning documentary, which is available on Tubi, on Amazon, and on Pluto. If you're really into the storyline of that and you want to get the full appreciation of this project, The Devil is a Lie, pick up the book, skim through it again, check out the doc if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it and you want to refresh your memory, go do that. Check out Dr. Agent Sutton also on that Roland doc if you'd like to get that full story from the horse's mouth. Mind Right, Money Right. Shout out to my man Ray Tatum in Atlanta.
Big up, Ray.
This thing available on Amazon. Also, Mind Right, Money Right. We do more than just talk about capping up the jive. And if you like a fictional escape from reality, a book about my college days working for Pops, big man on campus, wrote about me in college, fictionally, a lot of fiction, based on a true story, not a true story, based on a true story.
Yes.
Produced by this man here. What's the name of your mom's book, by the way?
Karen knocks out cancer. 6-0.
Great story.
Absolutely. Mother is a 33-year cancer survivor with no chemo and no radiation. She wants to spread her message to you all to help you survive the enemy.
And they can get it on Amazon?
They can get the book on Amazon.
They can also get it?
Ebook. We right now just on Amazon, but we will have it up in upcoming website.
Okay. Good enough. Real quick, what's on my mind? Cavario, Raised by Wolves, great book.
Awesome.
Kevin Childs, Crack Era, great book. Pep and Skip, great book. Bound by Honor, Torn by Greed, great story.
KK Noel.
KK Noel, If These Bricks Could Talk. Brother
Yes.
KK doing some good things. Check him out over on Facebook. He's doing some very Alexander Knowles.
Yeah.
KK, I was just with some of your people at the holiday. You're famous, man. You're famous. I'm trying to tell you, you're famous. I almost got some action when I told him you was my man.
There you go.
There it is. And to those in the recovery community, shout out to Panama Red. Congratulations. Happy anniversary. You got anything else?
That's about it. That's about it this week.
All right, well, it's your man, CRB Jr., Motown Mafia Show, Big Lou Stevens, episode 80. Y'all should just do something and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And if you don't do nothing else, holla at your man.
In a city built on hustle, one man dared to dance with the devil. He was smooth, slick, and dangerous. This ain't no bedtime story. This is blood, bricks, and backstabs. This summer, loyalty is dead, and the streets are talking. The Devil is a Lie, a Big Boss Filmworks original. Narrated by the streets, told by the game, inspired by the truth.